when I turn up the bass.
What's up, everybody? Hope all are doing well. Welcome to the stream. Hope your trades are going well and everything's all right. What's up, everybody? And you're taking profits. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be looking at the chart today and trying to make sense of what Bitcoin has done and what should we expect from Bitcoin next in the next coming days or the next few hours. As you can see, I have a different chart on display. Before we carry on, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you did, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We have the SPY chart. We have the SPY over here, and I've been waiting for the SPY for a few days to see this happen, and we got it. This is on the daily on the SPY. I was waiting for the SPY to hit the 200 and see the reaction, and that's what happened today. And if we go to the smaller time frame, we see what happened when the SPY got to the high. Almost immediate reaction. Came down, spiked back up, came down. Of course, on lower time frames it's crazier. Let's go back to the higher time frame and see how much have we retraced from the previous swing high. Take a fib retracement. This is very useful for beginners and even expert traders, but for beginners I would really advise that is to use Fibonacci and EMAs. As you can see, you would be waiting. If you were trading the SPY or anything that you're trading, you're just waiting. You don't have to FOMO into trades. You can be a trader unlike other retail traders. Look at that. You take your fib retracement, you look at your 200 EMA, and you go through different time frames. So on the daily it is the 200, on the 4 hourly anything over here, 800 EMA, on the 1 hourly maybe the 50. No, so I would stick to the daily or higher time frame and I would look at it. So I have the golden pocket for starters, and I have the 200 EMA. So now I would be waiting for that trade and I would take it. Now we could do the same with Bitcoin and look at the Bitcoin chart. Now this is Bitcoin on the daily. I have Fibonacci channels and some ascending and descending trend lines. Let me just lock them over here and let's go to a smaller time frame to see how Bitcoin is reacting with this Fibonacci channel. Is it any use? Is it having any effect on Bitcoin? So let's just take a look. What do you know? We had this move yesterday, almost more than 24 hours ago. We had this spike up exactly. I mean, okay, not exactly, but somewhat. And if we take a fib retracement, so there you go, 0.5 fib is it around the area. We have the Fibonacci channel exactly. So this is all at 17,000 range, and now we're swinging, trying to go up. Now if we look at EMAs and you go to higher time frames, we don't have any EMAs at that level. So even if you got the 4 hourly at that rejection point over here, we don't have any EMAs. So on Bitcoin it will be a fib retracement that you're waiting for, 0.5 or 0.618, and you'll be looking at the reaction, and I have the fib channel. If I go to my other chart on Bitcoin where I have the fixed range volume profile, let's see what happened. Where was that? Of course, the chart over here and there would be a bit different. They're different exchanges. This was the hourly where the reaction was visible over here to 17,200, 17,215. And if we go over here, 17,215 over here on futures, of course the higher wick, we exceeded the 0.5, we didn't get to the 0.618, and we came down. We passed through the point of control over here. If I switch off the indicators to be a bit clear, we passed through the point of control. You can see over here the red line, and we got a reaction, and we had a nice pull down that was about, I think, about 2%. That's about 6%, which was nice. And from there, why did we react to the upside? Simply using fib retracement from the low to the high. You can see we came into the golden pocket and sort of stalled over here, came under it and went back up. Again, Fibonacci retracement. Now from the low over here, actually, to find out what happened over here, let's take it from the swing high to the swing low. We are above the 0.786, so nothing important over here. But the pull down, why did it stop where we stopped? Let's look. We are again at the 0.5 fib. If we continue in this trend, we would be going up. But what I can see over here is a double top forming. Could it be? Could it be an ascending, some sort of ascending parallel channel? So what I'm looking at is possibly maybe another move up for Bitcoin. So we had a touch here, a touch here, a touch here. Well, we had a wick over here. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but we are still in this range that I have. The top of the range is at 17,582. The bottom is at 15,900. But what can Bitcoin do in the next coming hours? I'm gonna give you, a trade setup idea. If Bitcoin goes up or it goes down, and watch it, it will work like magic. You don't have to take the trade, but just watch it. Within the next few hours, the 200 EMA would be coming down. If Bitcoin continues like this, but if Bitcoin starts pumping up, of course, it will start curving upwards. But if we continue like this, the 200 EMA will be coming down. So let's suppose that the 200 EMA does something like this, starts coming down. You have the fixed range volume profile here, the line. You have the golden pocket retracement from this swing high. From that swing high to, let's see. That swing high, from this swing high to the swing low over here, to the swing low, and our golden pocket, if we break the 0.5, then our next point of interest would be around here, 17,300 range, where I would expect a rejection. We would have the golden pocket. We're coming into the 200 EMA. I can give you an exact price target for the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA on the 1 hour chart is different than on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour chart is 17,519. So slowly this 200 EMA will come down. It will be around here. We usually do that. We come to the 0.618, we wick above the 0.65, and we get rejected, and we come down. We would have the 200 EMA value area high and the 0.618. That is my short setup if I want to enter a trade, which I am still in a trade. If I want to enter a long setup, I gave you this trade the other day when I posted a video and we were at this range, and I was telling you we were consolidating over here, and I was telling you, but I won't trade. It's a tradable at the top of the range we short, at the bottom of the range we long. and but I wouldn't long this. I was saying I don't want to long it, but for anyone who took it, and if you're in a long and you did this much, I hope you paid yourself. But if you want to continue, I would think a good place to take a lot of profit would be at the 0.618, because that's a possible rejection zone. The SPY is overextended. The SPY, as I showed you on the daily, we are overextended. I was waiting for that rejection at the 200 EMA that we got exactly. So that's confluence. I try to teach you confluence. That's confluence. You had the 200 EMA over here. You had the 0.618 and 0.65, the golden pocket zone, $2 apart, and you got it. As for the Dow Jones, same thing. I mean the Nasdaq, one of them is at the 200. The Dow Jones is leading, it's broken above, but we're getting a pullback. The Nasdaq, the US 100, you can see this. On the daily, we didn't get to the 200, but we got rejected exactly at the point of control. So tell me, that is a beautiful trade for whoever wanted to trade the Nasdaq. That's a 3% move. All these techniques can be applied in all markets, in my opinion. So Bitcoin in the next coming days, what I think that Bitcoin hasn't completed the move to the downside. My targets are still the same. I'll tell you what I think we're doing. Where can we go? It looks like it's rotating. I might be wrong, but hey, that's the market. It is what it is. Now, for Bitcoin, I see that we did from the 25k, somewhere around here, we came down. We came up to the 0.618, a good retracement for wave 2. So I could say this is my 1, this is my 2, and this is my 3, and my 3 had a 1, 2. So if I want to check out from that 1, the 2 went up again to the golden pocket, a good retracement for wave 2. So I can say I had a 1, 2, and for my 3 I had a 1, 2, and this is my third wave. So let's put it down. If this is my third wave and it's done, what do I expect for my fourth wave? A minimum requirement of 0.236 retracement, which we got perfectly. It could go up to the 0.5, which is at 18,481. So it's not far-fetched that Bitcoin goes to the 18k zone and we get rejected over there. And everyone will think that's a rotation to 20k. It might be, I don't know. I can't tell you for sure what is the market doing. Now, if I get rid of all these drawings, let me just pull out all the drawings. Now I'll show you something, how to draw an Elliott wave. After I took the measurements, I can tell you the target for wave 3 if it has been hit. For the wave 3, I take it from the top of 1 to the bottom of 1 to the high of 2. My wave 3 ideally 1 to 1 or even 1.618. You can see 1 to 1 was hit, so that's good enough. If I say wave 3 is over, I know my wave 4 can come up to 18.4. At the moment we did the minimum requirement, so what if wave 4 is over? We have two possibilities over here, just looking at an Elliott wave count. I had a 1, a 2, and this is my third wave, with my third wave over here, and this is my fourth wave, and my fifth wave is coming down, depending on how high wave 4 is, because as I told you, it can come up to 18.4. A break of 18.4 would say that this is no longer wave 4. If we start closing and opening above 18.5, then hourly candles, then it's a different story. But if this is done, I can also give you a projection for my wave 5. My wave 5 could be this. And if my wave count is wrong, it can always be wrong. I mean, it doesn't have to be right. Wave 5 can come up to the 1-to-1 extension. It can be a very deep wave 5 up to 6k. At the moment, This is the wave 5 target. Can we go there? Do we have to go there? We don't have to. If my wave 4 comes all the way to 18.4, okay, then my fib will change and come all the way here, and my 1-to-1 comes up to 11,710. So anywhere between 10 and 11k, it can be a possibility if we're not going to rotate to the upside. Bitcoin needs to rotate now. I mean, these shenanigans. On Thursday we would have the reversal, so on Thursday we might have a move up. We are below our psychological levels, I believe, that were set in the beginning of the week. So let's see on the hourly. We are within the psychological levels. We are above the psychological low, but below the point of control. We're getting rejected there. So I think usually if we're below the point of control, we continue lower. But as you can see, the purple vector candle over there did not follow through. We have 80 minutes in this candle. If it doesn't follow through to the downside, we are technically holding the 50 EMA, which is a good sign. I mean, I looked at the retracement from the low to the high. That's a 0.5 retracement. It is a corrective retracement. That means this is a pullback and we may continue higher. How high is the question? These shaded areas are vector candle zones, and you can imagine them as liquidity levels, where you have liquidity over here to the downside. There are other indicators that I can look at, and they can show you how many traders in the chart have liquidity, which is taken from Binance and I believe other exchanges. I'll show you liquidation levels for these charts. You can see how many in millions, 100x, 10x. You can see different. If you stretch it, you can see 100x traders over here worth of 0.8 million USD at the highs. Actually, those are shorts, I think. Yeah, these are shorts. At the bottom, you can see you have 0.48 million, 0.41, 1.17, 1.17. It's crazy when you look at these numbers, how many people are trading and putting money. Sometimes you see longs at the highs, which is also crazy. Yeah, so my trading idea is, if we see a pump up, and then with the pump up, we see open interest. I'll show you an example over here. You see over here with this pump up, this big green vector, this candle, we had open interest decrease significantly. That means either a lot of people are getting stopped out, are getting wrecked and all that. So you know that eventually after that, dump it. So the pump is just to wreck the one direction and then pump it. So we wreck, you can see one reduction in open interest, another reduction. Then on the way down, now you got people changing from short, they're going long. Over here, look at this liquidation spike. You wrecked a lot of people to the upside and to the downside, and you came back down. Over here, you got some more shorts coming in, more money for the shorts coming in. Again, open interest increase as we go lower. Then we shift out. You can see the open interest becomes red at the bottom and wreck other people, and then people decide, okay, now it's time to go. As the price is moving up, let's go long. I mean short. This is still, I mean, this candle down wrecked other people, and then again. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you look at this, you look at the open interest. If the candle is telling you it's a fast move, it's a big move, and a lot of open interest reduction, you know that there's gonna get a point that this move is gonna is not going to be sustained and you're going to get a reversal. Where is that point is it's up to you. I mean, you need to have your technical analysis and your levels ready. I'm looking at this candle. First candle pump, open interest decreased as I showed you. The second one, another open interest, we hit my point of control. Okay, I'll go short. Oops, I got stopped out. Maybe re-enter again, try to enter again at the top of the wick with the tight stop loss and move your stop as it moves into profit. Now, where do you take profit? You take profit when you are at a level of significance, either an EMA, a Fibonacci retracement level like the 0.618 is a good point to take profit. If you see you're not breaking down below it, that means you're going to bounce from it, most probably. All right, that was a quick update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked it. More trades, I'm out.